Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne. Um, I've titled this The Tragedy of Being Unseen. I was listening to a podcast interview of the popular podcaster and motivational speaker, Andrew Tate, who was popular a couple of years ago. He still is popular, but he went to jail and had a hard time. I know Jeremy, who's listening, knows who Andrew Tate is, but you might know who Andrew Tate is. And he was a couple of years in 2022, he was the most popular Google search in the world. And he became very popular, and he teaches youth. He was so effective in training youth and encouraging youth in the UK that he was officially considered by the UK government and a threat to society. He said in the interview that he's so popular that he knows he could tweet an address and a place and a time, and he could ask people to riot there, and they would have rioted. When you have effective Facebook communities, you can actually win elections and sway the vote of things. And the last Trump election was won on the internet. So Andrew Tate was really popular. I find a few people really compelling to listen to. There's not many people I can listen to for 2.5 hours without switching off and being bored. And Andrew Tate, in this interview uh, that I just saw 2 days ago, he said that he's unseen. People don't understand him. People don't know him. And that is a tragedy to be unseen. He's got multiple girlfriends that he has. He hasn't married any of them, but he's had children to them, and he's got quite a few children. He's very wealthy. He's got all the trappings of success. I think he's got about 50 luxury cars. He's got yachts. He's got all the trappings of success. He's very popular. He's very influential. He's very well known. He can't go out anywhere in the world without people flocking to him and asking him for a selfie and talking to him. But personally, when it comes down to him, he's unseen. He's not known. He hasn't got relationships. And when I heard it was a effective, really effective interviewer, and the interviewer said that he clipped an interview that he did with Andrew Tate, and there was about 20 times Andrew Tate said, "That's a really good question. That's a really excellent question." And he clipped all that and made a video about the questions and Andrew Tate's response about how good a question it is. And he made a video about that. And he said the comments on that video, nearly all the comments said, "That's so true. You're such a good questioner." So because Andrew was interviewed by someone who's very experienced, he really came out of himself and shared that as popular as he is, he feels lonely, he feels unseen, he feels unknown by people. And when he said that, it really touched me. Almost, well, it probably did bring a tear to my eye because I'm the same. I've written 215 books, and I've got 6,000 videos, and I've got followers on Facebook, and I practically feel unseen. There's not a lot of people that generally know me. I commented under this podcast that there really is only one person in the world that really sees me, that really knows me, that I'm confident actually sees me and knows me. And I listened to an audiobook of John Lennon's life, and he met Yoko Ono, his last wife, in art gallery, and she was putting on an art gallery, putting on a show, and he met her in the art gallery. She was really weird, and he instantly, 5 minutes of meeting her, he fell in love with her, and his wife came home, and Yoko and him were sitting naked, talking in his living room, and his wife quickly realised that the marriage was over and she divorced him. John Lennon said Yoko was the only one that saw him, the only one that understood him. He was fully seen by her and fully understood. And the whole world loved the Beatles. The Beatles at one stage were the most popular band on earth. And if you're in the older generation, you'll know a Beatles song. And yet John Lennon, one of the most popular men on earth at the time, was unseen, was unknown. No one really knew him. And the reason he fell so deeply for Yoko is that she could see him. She'd look into his eyes and he knew he was understood. It's the same feeling you feel when you look into the eyes of Jesus. You see that he sees you. He looks right through you. And I've learned what looking into the eyes of Jesus is like two ways. One time in my youth, I knew a man who was very close to Jesus, and when he looked at you, you felt seen, you felt understood. You could have been in sin. I was in sin at the time and had an addiction to prostitutes, and I could tell that he knew everything about me. I could tell when he looked in my eyes that he could truly see me. It was his spirit was seeing me, and I know also. So I used to call that phenomena Jesus eyes, and I'd hope to think that I've got Jesus eyes for some people. And I know also what Jesus' eyes looked like because I've interviewed about 50 people from heaven and asked many of them what it was like to meet Jesus, and I've explained what it was like to meet Jesus face to face and how he looked at them. And they felt completely loved and understood. So it's a tragedy to be unseen. It makes you desperately lonely. Solomon, one of the wisest men in the world's history, certainly one of the richest. He'd be richer than Elon Musk if he was living. And he said to have much wisdom comes much sorrow. And it really is a sad sort of life to have so much wisdom, so much understanding, and not be understood and not have anyone to talk to. The interviewer asked Andrew Tate if he's been bringing forth his message and people aren't catching on and people don't really understand, and he doesn't seem to be shifting things, doesn't seem to be having success. And if he knows his message isn't really resonating and having an effect on people, why does he share his message? And Andrew Tate said, honestly, I think I do it just for myself, just to express my ideas and put my ideas out there. It's good for me to actually hear myself talk. It's good for me to express the information, at least someone understands it. And that was the key to why I wrote so many books. I've finished writing books at the moment, but why I keep on doing videos. And, 10 or 20 people watch my videos. This video, when you view it, won't have a lot of views. I pretty much do interviews with God each day, and those interviews with God are seen by everyone in heaven. So I've got a big audience in heaven with those interviews. But I do other videos like this on my YouTube channel, and very few people watch them. And I basically do those videos to pour out my heart with people, and I constantly get inspired by an angel or another saint in heaven to do my videos. Most of my videos are inspired videos. I don't just make a video for nothing. And but essentially, I'm doing it to hear myself speak. I'm doing it to have an effect on one person and touch one person's life. And the reason I keep on speaking into the camera, even if I'm unshaven and not looking good and not looking professional, I keep on speaking to the camera because I'm lonely, and I want to be heard, and I want to share God's truth with people, and I want to touch people's lives. And effectively, I'm not really doing it for other people. I haven't seen much progress in other people. I really haven't got much testimony from many people who've read my books to say that I seriously impacted their life. I've got about 2,000 reviews on my books, and in the reviews I've impacted people, but I haven't got any dear friends because of it. I haven't got any close friends of it. There would be some people that have read 50 of my books and they tend to know me, but I don't know them. I don't have a connection with them, and I haven't got a friendship with them. And in my interviews I've been doing with God for 2.5 years, I've got a co-author who asks God questions, and God channels. I channel God, and God speaks through me and gives the answer to her questions. And over the course of 2.5 years, she's asked 2,000 to 3,000 questions, and God's poured his heart out. But no one knows God. Over the 2,000 to 3,000 answers, I've come to know God and developed intimacy with God and grown really close to God. But the people of heaven are starting to know God, and there's a percentage of people in heaven that the messages have really resonated with and have really grown in heaven. But God is, in the current church on earth and the people on earth, there's very, very few people who actually know God. He's unseen, he's unknown, and that's a tragedy. God's been sharing over the last couple of years that he's very sad, he's very depressed, he's very angry, and he really doesn't have a lot of intimate, close friends because people don't like to hang around people that are sad and angry. And it's a real tragedy that the creator of the universe, the head of the universe, isn't seen and isn't understood, but it seems to be a common thing with people who are really popular and really well known. They seem to be not by choice. They definitely don't choose it, but there are very few people who actually understand them, and it's a real tragedy. So John Lennon wasn't really known. Andrew Tate isn't really known. I'm not really known. Jeremy, who listens to my videos, would possibly be coming to know me now, but God isn't really known. And in Michael Jackson's life, he didn't have many friends and he wasn't really seen or understood by the world. And it's just a real tragedy. It really makes me sad. I hope you enjoyed this message. I'd be encouraged if you wrote a comment of what you saw and what you liked about this video. Um, I encourage you to follow my channel or like this video. Do what you choose. God bless.